a more um, uh, just private with me and the guru. And I sit. I'm not going to be a part of my 4-hour session this morning, which is going to be hard because I've had to reallocate that time to different parts of what need attention right now. And sometimes that can be hard to um, divert your devotion to another area of your life. And it is another test. It's another karmic opportunity to say it's still in relationship to be in service to another, and to be able to step back from that and allow that the same bliss and the same grace that my 4-hour practice would bring or will bring. And it's not that I'm not participating. I am with my heart and my soul. I'm just not there in my physical body. And I am there in a physical body in a different way. In a different way. And that is okay because that's the way life rolls. And it's not neither right or wrong or good or bad. So how are you doing? How was that meditation yesterday when we went through the energy centers of the body and focused on the color and focused on the balance of where your energy was? Did the colors work for you? Did they come up muddy? Did they come up light? Or were you able to bring in that vibrancy? It's all part of our learning here as we step into working with that. And being in that, taking ourselves and focusing on being different in different parts of our biofield. It's when we change that attunement that we get to really realize we have a greater awareness of what's showing up in our biofield. And that's the most important part, is the awareness. And then what do we do with that awareness? You know, yesterday I was a little cranky because it, in fact, we are breaking records here on how cold it is. Back to the 1930s, we have not had a cold week like this in July since that of the 1930s. So well before my lifetime. And today again, I draw back the curtains and it's this socked in day and it's cold and the heat's on. And my one of my children and I will be having like a beautiful fire ceremony as for inside the house instead of a fire pit outside. We'll be having a beautiful fire ceremony within our house with our wood fireplace. So how do we prepare for the full moon? The full moon is a point in time of a great opportunity for letting go and this. At this full moon, we get to let go. We get to let go to the guru. We get to say, "Here, walk with me with this." We have that celebration and stepping into that field of the celebration of Guru Purnima really is. It's magnetic. It's so beautiful. And so I invite you to really sit in some meditation today and tomorrow as we go into the full moon and feel in your body where that tension is. Feel into your mind and be really aware of what's showing up for you and how you can work with that and take this auspicious time, this great time, to really allow yourself to let go of it, to change your mind, to unconnect the dots, and make space for something really great to show up, and to that, put up that antenna for receiving. So let's bring our imagination to our feet and prepare to ground center and align today. And let's go into a really beautiful mantra meditation and take some time in stillness today as we allow those etheric feet and those tree roots. Be that tree. Be that tree. Bring that tree essence right into you and allow those tree roots Allow those tree roots to go right down to that center core of the earth. Feeling those 4 points on your feet and pulling out your yoga toes and feeling the toes on the ground. And if you're still laying down and taking this in, feel the support on your body where you are laying, and still see those tree roots going down into the earth. And finding that connection to that center core and drawing up on that earth energy and consent to receive those beautiful hurts, those healing hurts, permission to heal as we draw it up into the legs and the lower pelvic hip region and into the lower abdomen, engaging your deep diaphragmatic breath. And with sound, let's exhale. And get that old CO2 out, that carbon dioxide out of our bodies. Do the dragon or the lion. And then breathe in. And bring up that Mother Earth energy up into the lungs and over the shoulders and down the arms to the hands. And let it go out the fingertips, offering it back into Mother Earth. And turning that off, that directive off, and now come up and bringing it into the throat and into the head, and opening the Sahasrara and allowing it to cascade down as we activate the nerve endings on our skin, feeling that bathing of Mother Earth energy as it goes back down towards Earth herself. And coming into the centering and aligning as we prepare to align that fine line, that higher line that we've created from the center core of the earth up into past our solar system, past our galaxy, into the cosmos. That fine line to divine. And opening that superhighway to receive that and consent to receive that energy, that golden white light energy, into the crown, Sahasrara, into the head and the neck and the shoulders, down the arms to the hands, bringing the hands to the chest, and creating that, feeling that alignment as we draw it into the lungs and expand this area into the heart. Breathe into the heart. And that greater awareness of all these chakra points and energy centers that we're touching with this energy and activating, especially when we're just awakening many times, many of us at this hour on Pacific Coast time. And into the lower abdomen, touching every cell and every space between each cell, and into the hips and the legs. This next 24-hour period is a time to delve deeper into our emotions. It's a full moon in, it's called lunar love, actually. This full moon is called lunar love as it's in Cancer. And Cancer is an astrological sign of water, obviously. And in the water zone is our emotions. So you can see the connection of how this is perhaps more of an emotional time as the moon is pulling on our water energy in our body. It has no doubt an affect on us because we are primarily a water organism. And if it can change the tides by 10 and 20 feet, then you can imagine the tides of the ocean. Then you can imagine the tidal power that it has and the effect that it has on your body. So often Cancer is associated with home and security, so it's even more important at this time to be grounded. That is our form of emotional support. That gives us that place of that grounding, centering, and aligning in which we can move through some of these draws on our energy from the universe. And Cancer, I'm just looking at my notes here. It says, I have written that it's a cardinal sign of initiation. So what is it that you've been meaning to do? What is it that you've been meaning to work with yourself on? What is it that you have perhaps that is unresolved, or something that has been resolved but not in the best way that you wished that it was? Where is it that you want to show up more? Where is it that you need more support to do that? What is it that you can draw on to find that and to bring that support into your life? And start to think of how that can evolve for you. Or what piece have you noticed of that unevolved consciousness in your inner child? That is your family too. How would you like to show up and grow up with that piece of you? Bringing that essence in, that insight in, to work within those areas of your body at this time, being gentle. As we go into our outro for our mantra meditation, we bring in this Soham and we breathe in through into the nostrils, that coolness, bringing that awareness into our breath, your breath. This life force energy is right here. It is with you. It is with me. Breathing in and feeling that on the exhale, feeling the warmth of the breath. In that moment, just that subtle second, that change from cool to warm. And breathing that breath in, expanding the lungs, breathing up into the head, and then breathing it down to your toes so that your toes get as much oxygen in as your nose. And allowing that exhale to naturally happen, nothing forced. No pause, no jerks, no noise. Bringing that into that level of that peace and that stillness as we take time to step behind that veil. We're also going into the lunar eclipse. This is a very powerful, powerful weekend. There's so much happening. The eclipse allows us to eclipse, right? It allows us to become more aware of create a higher awareness. So pay attention to the images and feelings that come to you now. It's thought that they're really trying to tell you something. Your career or your ambitions might need to be reevaluated at this time. And that's good. That's okay. Work with that. Let go what does not serve you. And the emotions on the undervalued side. Where have you felt undervalued? Where you have the sense that you deserve more appreciation than you are receiving. Or where is it that you feel you want to seek more recognition for what you're doing? These are all great questions to ask yourself that might be hidden in your psyche. And it's okay to want to be successful, because that is part of our passion. That's part of our contribution. If you are successful, then you get to win, whether small or big in your life. But not only do you win, but the collective wins. The world wins. So bring your pen to paper at this time. I can't stress that enough. Bring your phone, your digits to your phone. Write your notes. Write your love vows. Write your marriage vows to yourself if you haven't done that yet. And no matter how it is that you're showing up today, it's okay. It's great. And to find the bliss in the moment, and that part of that bliss can become in unfolding that 1,000-petal lotus, one petal at a time, one line at a time. There's another great person that I'm going to be bringing in with us and collaborate with her work when we go into the monthly membership, and she calls it working with your future self. And one of the books that I would like to work with on as we go into our monthly membership is working with the future self of your mind. And it's a really incredible work. John Kehoe is his name, and he's a local author here in Vancouver, BC. So as we go into this full moon, part of my full moon ceremony is writing things down and letting them go. Everything that you want to let go. All the things that you're afraid of. And either tear up that piece of paper after you've concluded light a candle. When you've concluded your ceremony, blow out the candle and allow that to take it. That's part of your transmutation. Or literally take a big pot outside and burn it. Burn it, transmute it, allow it to go up into the universe, surrender it, give it away. It is so powerful. You are so powerful. And at this end, say, so be it, it is done. Or whatever language works for you. If it's just one tiny little piece of paper, or just simply light the candle and allow yourself or the image to transmute itself over that tip of that candle, and then blow out the candle. And so it is. It is done. You might want to look at letting go of workaholicism, pushing yourself too hard, rigid thinking, playing small, giving away your power, people who want control over you, circumstances that no longer nurture your well-being. And your well-being is your lifestyle. So how is that working for you? Let's re-engage our deep diaphragmatic breath as we come into 2 minutes with So Hum. Or I am love, love I am that. Whatever you want to incorporate. If you want to try something different today, then go ahead. Try something different today. I'm going to get our cards out. As we go into 2 minutes in stillness, make the intention to step back from this behind the veil, and make the intention to allow any thoughts that come up to go onto that train or in that bubble. And the resolve is to engage in those thoughts, to do our best. That's all we can do at any given time, is allow ourselves to do our best to find that still point and that centered in alignment. And call on for the support. Ask for the guidance and the support to expand your practice, expand and evolve your level of consciousness. Inhaling so, and exhaling hum. Inhaling so. And exhaling hum. And I remind you to like and share as we go into our outro. Stay as long as you can. Leave when you need to. Turn your lips up a little bit. No noise, no pause, no jerks, no judgment. Inhaling so, exhaling hum. Inhaling so, exhaling hum. Thank you so much for sitting with me today. I love when we have the ability to, and the awareness to work with the strength of the universe. The full moon gives us that opportunity to really lean into what we want to let go of. It's almost like that little permission slip to, flush it down, to let it go, start anew. And then in 2 weeks, a beautiful new moon arrives to us. And that's all about new beginnings, right? So we can go into, once we let go, we've got, the card has been chosen. Oh, there's 2 cards. They've popped out. We have simplicity. And we have manifestation. Isn't that beautiful? There's a great beauty in simplicity. Above all the complication of so-called human wisdom, there is the luminous simplicity of the divine grace, ready to act if we allow it to act. Life could be quite simple and easy if one's mind did not introduce in it so many useless complications. Let's let go of those useless complications. There is great beauty in simplicity. Above all the complication of so-called human wisdom, there is the luminous simplicity of divine grace, ready to act if we allow it to act. Life could be quite simple and easy if one's mind did not introduce in it so many useless complications. Which brings us to manifestation. What a beautiful segue. We must aspire with all our being for the manifestation to come soon and complete. What is lasting, eternal, immortal, and infinite, that indeed is worth having, worth conquering, worth possessing. It is divine light, divine love, divine life. It is also the supreme peace, perfect joy, and the all-mastery upon earth, with the complete manifestation as the crowning. We're at the crown. We're crowning into, as we come back down, in our organized, systematic way of working with what is within us, that comes up and arises from us into that manifestation here in the physical reality. We must aspire with all our being for the manifestation to come soon and complete, all of our being. What is lasting, eternal, immortal, and infinite, that indeed is worth having, worth conquering, worth possessing. It is divine light, divine love, divine life. It is also supreme peace, perfect joy, and all mastery upon earth, with the complete manifestation as the crowning. And with that, have a glorious day. Bask in you and let go of anything that does not serve you. I love you. Make it a great day, and I hope to see you tomorrow.